Who's ready for 3 hours of paint drying?
What color will it be? Could it be white?
It's not white this time.
Shock and awe. So with moving in becoming more of a reality, we have to start thinking about where we're going to keep our food.
Yeah, you might remember what our pantry looked like on the day we bought the house. It needs a little work before we can keep our food there.
So we bought some paint.
We started working on the pantry months ago, and then we were taken away from that project by other more pressing issues with the house. But now that we're getting ready to move in soon, we really need to finish it up. Let's take a trip down memory lane as a reminder how the house looked when we first bought it. Looking back at these early videos has really given us a lot of perspective on how far we've come. Sometimes we can't even believe that we decided to take this project on when we see what bad shape the house was in.
There it goes too. There's a little door in here. Ooh, look at this little bird. How cool is that? Oh, look at this.
So there was still food on these shelves, and as evidence, there was rats getting into it. You can see there. After we cleared off the shelves, we took care of the rat problem, and then we had a professional mold remediation done. And then when that was done, we then scrubbed everything down with RMR, which is a mold and mildew killer.
So here I am in the basement, the walkway to the basement. That's the basement down there behind me. And this is the kitchen this way. I cleaned all of this. I scrubbed it top to bottom, ceiling, everything. I've scraped all the loose paint. And now I'm going to apply some kills.
Stuck. We're here in the pantry, and this wall is this really cool old beadboard, and it's completely full of nail holes and hook holes. She had all kinds of things stuck in this wall. So we just removed all of the nails, screws, hooks, the old alarm panel, and what I'm gonna do next is sand all of these holes down so they're nice and smooth. And once I do that to all the holes, we'll be filling them with this wood filler. After the wood putty dried, we sanded it again, and then we were ready to prime this wall.
Let's paint the pantry. So we've done a brush painting on here and kind of rolled this beadboard, but I'm going to go ahead and use the sprayer that we have through this. I've wiped everything down, and now I'm just going to spray it so that we can really get into some of these cracks and everything like that. Yeah, this is where we're going to keep our food. So we need to keep it clean, at least the sealed food. Not sealed food, we don't have seals. Canned goods, boxes that aren't opened, things like that are going to go on these shelves here. All right, I'm going to get to work painting, and we're going to make it all shiny and new again, if it ever was. Hopefully, probably once. And then we're going to pick a color for the floor.
I really do enjoy using this sprayer, and keep getting better every time I use it.
All right, so here I am the next day, and definitely smells better in here. It smells like fresh paint. I see a few places that I think I need to touch up a little bit, but overall came out really nice. I like using the sprayer versus trying to roll that paint and brush in between these lines and everything like that. So I'm gonna touch this up. Then we're gonna tackle that wall down there. It's a mess. I made it a mess. Okay, so this is our concrete basement wall. This block is going to the outside. This is one of the exterior walls. Significant moisture was getting in here, causing the plaster to crack and fall off. I did some hydraulic cement. That's what this dark stuff is. On here, kind of fill it in. This white stuff is some extra finishing plaster I just happened to have over from a job, so I just kind of slapped it on there. All right, we'll put some dry lock on here. So I'm going to do that today, and then we're going to go over it with the finishing plaster, try and make it nice and smooth, and make it look a lot better than it is. Just ready for 3 hours of paint drying. Hopefully, keeping moisture out is going to help with the smell in here. I'm really considering spraying all these, this whole basement with some kills or some mold inhibitor. Hopefully help with that smell, because it still kind of smells in here. Better after I paint it. That's why I'm thinking about painting some more. I want to paint the floor too. But that's not a necessity to move in yet, even though getting rid of that smell seems like a necessity every time we walk in. Okay, I'll catch you at the end. Still a little heavy on the fumes, but got it brushed. You can see how uneven that is, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's ready to, once this dries, we'll do that thin coat of plaster, try and smooth it out, make it look a little better, and then we'll paint it. Already looks like 10 times better. It doesn't look like such a horrible mistake. So another thing we need to do is choose a paint color for this wood floor here. You can see that it looks like it used to be gray, unless that's gray primer, but I'm thinking it used to be gray, and then they painted it kind of a terracotta looking color. I know it's a little dusty brown now, but it's pretty red. You can see there. So we're going to choose a new color for the floor, and the steps and everything all the way down. I guess we got to paint this door. Kind of forgot about that. And then also, if you remember this little milk door feature that we discovered in our original house clean out video, and it's a strange feature because if you go to the outside, there's no evidence here of there ever being a door here. Either that or they did a good job covering it over at some point, but that all looks like original plaster to me. So, don't know why they built it. Doubt it was ever used. We're headed to the store to pick out some paint samples for the floor.
So the original idea with this floor was that we were thinking about matching the trim from the outside of the house that used to be green in the 1920s, and we're not going to go with the exact green probably, but something similar. So what do you think of these? I think the original green trim it's pretty dark. It's like close to this, maybe?
Yeah.
Which looks very dark in the space.
I think that center dark row you could probably eliminate.
Get rid of this one?
Yeah.
I think we can get rid of this too, because in this light, they really just all look black. I don't know if that's
it really does.
translating on camera, but they don't look very green in here.
No.
And then the other thing we were thinking about is that we want a green that's not going to clash with the powder room, because that's like right over that way. What do you think of this? Do you think this is also too dark?
I like it. It's dark, but I kind of like it.
I kind of like it too. I was thinking we would be doing something dark back here.
Do you want to go compare it to the house trim? The old house trim?
Yeah.
All right, narrowed it down to these two.
Okay, here we are on the outside of the kitchen window. This is the original paint color from the 1920s that was on the window trim. These are our two options for the pantry floor. We have olive, grove, and lemon leaves. And neither one of them is exactly the same as the trim, but we weren't going for an exact match. We just kind of wanted to be inspired by it. So I like the lemon leaves.
Yeah, I think it's done.
That's the winner.
Yep. They're cheering in the background. We chose the winner.
Our neighbors are out playing basketball, if you can hear them. So I was thinking we were probably just going to leave this white. I mean, not this primer white, but like some kind of a pretty creamy white. In which case, I think either green would go with it. I definitely want to stay away from anything that would make it look dark or dingy back here on the walls, because we've all seen what it used to look like. We're not going back there.
So bad.
Yeah. And it's pretty dark anyway. Back here, it's a back hallway. This is the only natural light. And then we're probably going to replace our light fixture, but it's still always just going to be like one light back here. And so, I don't know. Did you have any thoughts on the color on the wall?
Something a little lighter, or something, a little more color than just white.
So we happen to have this sample. This is called aloe vera. And I love this color. And I wasn't sure if we would find a place in the house that we could use it. But now we're actually thinking maybe the pantry could be this pretty light blue. And it's not baby blue. A lot of you didn't like you were annoyed by our choice for the laundry room ceiling, saying it was baby blue. But I think it's really pretty. And it's totally different than what I had originally thought for back here. I don't really think of blue as being a pantry color, but it's nice back here. It looks nice.
Yeah, I think a little color would be good.
We have another side quest for you today.
Will it start? Willard Scott? No, will it start?
Because we don't have enough projects. This is the truck that Hal has been working on. I think we told you in an earlier video that his uncle gave it to him. So,
and it was running fantastic. I just let it sit.
Yeah. It's pretty cute though. At least it will be. He got the top of it painted white. It was all black. And we have plans to paint the rest of it. And this is going to be the Cicada & Co. truck. What are you going to use it for?
Picking up garbage and upcycling trash and cruising. That's cool.
So stay tuned. At some point there will be some videos on the truck when we're done with the house and live here. We headed to the store and they were having a sale on paint, so we stocked up.
Exciting. All right, so we just picked up our paints. We went with the aloe vera. It's a Benjamin Moore color, and for the walls, and the floor is going to be this magnolia color, lemon leaves.
So we're going to do a little test sample down here to make sure we like it. If not, we're doing it anyway. Yeah, that looks so much better.
It's so nice and bright.
Yeah.
I really like it. And it kind of just looks like white on camera, but in person it has like a very subtle bluish green.
Yeah. It's very cooling, just like real aloe vera.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Ooh, that looks really nice.
All right, so this floor hasn't been sanded or cleaned or anything, but
It's just a sample.
that's the sample. I like it.
I love it. It's almost exactly what I had in mind. Perfect.
Ready to paint?
Yep. Okay, here I am in the pantry. It is all painted, the walls are, and this is a very subtle color. It's in person, it looks like a very light green. It's the Benjamin Moore aloe vera. It's really pretty. We really like it. I'm glad we went with this instead of just the plain white. It might just be looking white on camera. I can't really tell, but in person you can tell it has a subtle green tint to it. That's gonna look really nice when we get these floors done. Here's a view from the other side. You can see the shelves look nice. We actually decided that the shelves are going to be painted a different color, which is actually the color of our kitchen walls. I know some of you have been asking, when is the kitchen video coming? And a few weeks ago I had said it was going to be soon, it was going to be next week. Well, I kind of said that too early because the kitchen is not actually ready. When I said that, I forgot that we had a broken cabinet that we're still working on. We still need to get a vent hood for above our stove, and we need a few other things. So it's technically functional, but as far as aesthetics go, it needs a little bit more work, and I really want it to be done before we show you. So we're working on it, and it'll be here when we're done. So hopefully that will be soon, but I don't know exactly when.
Do we need a primer before we paint the floor?
I think we do. This paint doesn't look like it's actually providing the best coverage. So we do a primer, well, sand, clean, prime, paint, and then we'll be able to show you the floors when they're finished. I don't know if that's going to be next week or when that's going to be, but we will show you when they're finished. And then hopefully we'll also get a new light fixture for in here too.
I like it splattered in white paint.
At the end of the video.